Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are doing great. In today's episode, I am going to talk about few of the management concepts which did change the belief and the way how I look at my life, and also which actions I take in my day-to-day life. And it made my life a little better, actually a lot better, for the reason that I started understanding few of the core concepts of life, and I started to realizing few of the truths of life which I was ignoring. And having that acceptance towards the truth, knowing the truth and accepting the truth, helped me a lot in living a better life, and it is still helping me again and again in living a better life. So that is why I want to convey in today's episode a few of those management concepts which did impacted a lot on the way that I live my life. Before starting today's episode, I also want to tell you that I will be referring few of the notes I did took before making this video. The reason is that not only to refer to those notes so I do not miss out some point, but also the reason is also that I do not overextend a particular topic and I do not get lost in a particular subject. The reason is that I am very passionate about this topic, and that my passion makes me sometimes go off track and get too much immersed in that topic, that then I get in the depth of that subtopic. But I will be covering each and every topic and each and every concept into the depth in upcoming episodes, and today's episode is just going to be a brief about all over the concepts and what is a bird eye view of all of these concepts. So today's episode is going to be about that. And before starting, also I want to tell about in short a little bit story of myself, that 4 to 5 years ago I was a very different person. I was very shy towards my qualities, and also I did not have a really good grasp on the language. I also did not possess the confidence in the amount which I have it in today's day. And also I was not a person who was more oriented towards marketing. I was very skeptical about marketing, that is what I will say, and I was very focused about the technical skills a person can have, the doing work honestly. I was very too much focused on that, and I was forgetting about the soft skills. I hadn't developed my soft skills at that time. So I will start with a journey and how I progressed, and also which concepts did help me a lot in realizing my potential. The first is that realizing the importance of language. Before that, I was having a myth that for living a successful life, for living a good life, I should know about the concepts and the theoretical concepts and a quantitative knowledge, because I was a mechanical engineer. I am a mechanical engineer and so that did help me being a student of science, and I was very focused about the quantitative concepts. I was very focused about the calculative things, and so and in the while I was preparing for my management college examinations, I came to know about how language is so much important. And the reason is that I was having a myth that I'm not good at language, and that is fine. That is a fine thing, completely fine thing, and that is a good thing. That was a myth that I was having. The thing that really changed that, I was preparing for my management studies, and I read a book called Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. In this book, he had explained that the amount of words we know, that signifies the amount of knowledge we have. For example, if I know the words, if these words comes to very easily to me, for example, cells or species or some words like that, then I have a very good knowledge about biology. If the words such as numbers and their integration, divide and accumulation, these things comes to very easily to me, then I'm very good at mathematical knowledge. And as we tend to have a good knowledge about each and every subject, we start to have very good vocabulary. And this was the first thing that made me really interested in knowing more about words, understanding words, and in short, it made me actually understanding that getting better at language is actually getting better at your knowledge. The communication skills is what the purpose of the communication skills is, that to persuade someone, to make understand someone your emotions, your feelings, or some information. And so these are few of the purposes of communication. And if I want to make understand someone something that I already know, and I also, if in some amount I want to persuade someone to do something, I really want to be good at my communication skills. So this was the first thing that impacted my life in a very considerable amount, that I have to be good at my communication skills so I can convey someone something that I want to say, and they do not misunderstand me, they do not misjudge me, and they really understand what I am trying to say. So this was the first thing that really that bursting that myth that communication is not important, and bursting that myth that only technical knowledge is important and we can live with that. That was the first myth that got busted, and after that my progress got more easy after I understood from my heart the importance of communication. Moving further, I also want to talk about 4 main pillars of management, the base of the management which has to be strong. And there are 4 main pillars of the management, which are marketing, operations, human resources, and finance, not in a hierarchy but at the equal level, or 4 pillars are at an equal level, and one has to be strong in all those 4 pillars to have a very great organization, very strong organization, very sustainable organization. So I want to talk about these 4 pillars, but before that, as an organization as a whole, I want to talk about its few concepts such as vision, mission, and its values. Organization's vision, mission, and its values. So organization's vision is that the place where the organization wants to be. The mission is that the path that it follows to reach that vision. And the values is what it contains as an essence, its main principles that it adheres to. And it also applies to a normal, a human life as an entity, every person, human life, that every person also has a vision, its own mission, and its own values that together comprise that person's identity, the same as an organization's identity. So one has to keep on evaluating, re-evaluating these core concepts of oneself. And I know this may sound a very theoretical concept, but I will also tell you in upcoming episodes few of the practical things that you can do to realize these theoretical concepts in a real life. Talking about the first pillar, one of the pillars, that is I'm just going to be in any particular flow. So it is not as this is the main pillar, then the second main pillar. These all pillars are at the same importance. but I'm just going to talk randomly about each and every pillar. The first pillar I'm going to talk about is marketing, and there are few concepts which, while learning in marketing about marketing, which comes repeatingly again and again. One of the concept is that value, the other concept is that uniqueness, other concept is that visibility. So marketing and sales are together, as both are important, sales and marketing, and most of the times people are more inclined towards marketing and not much inclined towards sales. But sales is something that gives particular thing as a visibility, a particular, it can be calculated, and marketing is something that is not very visible, but it is predicted, how trends are predicted, and sales it what it generates revenue, it generates the money. So both of the things are important. And for a person to make a sale, if a person's life has to be compared to the marketing, then a person also generates a sale. It sells its ideas, it sells its identity, it makes people realize that and get advantage of themselves, their advantage of their qualities in the real world. So a person needs to know about their own qualities, about their values, and knowing is not just enough. When a person comes to know that this is a particular thing that is good in myself, they have to be visible, they have to make that thing visible on different platforms, maybe in an organization or in a real life, or to neighbors, to maybe or to people whom that particular quality may matter, and that particular quality will help them to gain the advantage. At the time, that person has to make that qualities visible to the right people at the right time, at the right place. And there are few these things in marketing which are right. So at those right things at the right time, they have to just be visible. They have to make visible themselves consistently enough so that other people can notice their qualities, and that will help them generate the sales from their ideas. So they have to be visible. This is a particular thing that helped me a lot from marketing, that I started becoming visible, I started making my qualities visible, and at the same time I started getting recognition from people started understanding my qualities, and I started being then useful to them. So when they understood my qualities, they started asking me for help, and I started understanding more opportunities to make my qualities help them, how my qualities can help them provide the value in their life. So this is the first thing about marketing, and it just helped me a lot. Coming to second main pillar of management is finance. When it comes to finance, I remember one question asked by my professor, that when it comes to term money, what does it comes to your mind? And many of us gave a different answers to this question. But one of my friend gave the answer that when it comes to the word money, the main thing that comes in mind is flow. So when it comes to the finance, I always remember this one beautiful sentence given by my friend, my classmate, and that is, when it comes to money, it flows. So money keep on flowing, it does not stay at one place. And also, when I have read few beautiful books, very amazing books, one of that is Freakonomics, another is Homo sapiens, then it came to my understanding that money is not something that does exist in this world, but money is something that exists in people's mind. So there are few things which are very definitive that we can see. For example, well, we can see the desk that is behind me, or we can see this plant that is in front of me, uh, or you can see me right here, right now, which have a physical presence, which have a hard presence, that we can feel the presence of something. But when it comes to money or few things like feelings, or I feel happy, I feel sad, or something, or few things like beliefs, morality, such as kindness or qualities of people, those are imaginative things, and money is the same thing. It exists in the imagination of people. And when so many people imagine the same thing and believe in the same thing, so we believe so strongly in money in our subconscious mind, and with the years and years and years of experience that has built the mankind, humankind, actually the word humankind, we have built the presence and belief of money so strong in our mind that it does make an impact in our everyday life. And so that is why we have to be very strong with our money concepts. We have to keep on investing our money. And when it comes to finance, I also remember one very big lesson that I had in my college life, and it was investment of money. So when we keep money in our bank, we mostly keep our money in the bank for saving the money, because bank does not give us a very huge high returns, but it gives us that feeling of safety of that money. And when it comes to the safety and the returns, the higher the safety is, that the lower the returns are generally, and the lower the returns and the higher, and the lower the safety, the higher the returns. But we have to get to that the balanced spot where we really do want to reach, and how much money we are expecting to get in return, and how much our capacity is of the risk. So to understand that one particular thing is very important in a personal finances. So when the concept of finance are applied to a person's everyday life, then this one thing is very important, that how much is a person's own capability of handling the risk, and also how much the returns they are expecting in returns. So this is the one thing, and it put me in the habit of investing my money. So I'm a person who dreams to be very rich person in future, and my personal finances are not at very risk, because I have a good job. So I keep on investing my money, and accordingly I will find out the places where I could invest my money, such as stock market or mutual funds, or how much money I should invest in a bank in safety, or in different resources. So according to my own capacities, I will try to keep on investing my money in a balanced proportion of amount. I will not put all of my money in just one place, because it is very important also to distribute the money, distribute all at the different places of different kind of risk, different kind of returns, high returns, low returns. It has to be distributed balance according to one's capacity. So this is the one thing that I learned from finance. The other thing I learned from finance is it is a very beautiful concept, and it is a concept of balance, because wherever we go in finance, we will have to balance everything. So I know that finance people know this thing and they are able to relate it very quickly, but those are not much understanding of finance. This is the one thing that in finance we have to balance everything. We have to balance the flow that is coming and that is going out. We have to balance our assets and our liabilities. So we have to balance which are the good things in which we have, and also what we owe to others. So we have to balance everything in finance, and it gives us a realization that in life also we have to balance everything, what we give to others and what we get in return. So it is not only important to give and give, but also we have to think upon what also we are getting in return. So it is all about the balance of everything. So this is a very beautiful concept that finance gave me, that there is a balance sheet everywhere, and we talk about the flow, and we balance all our yearly expenses, returns, everything. So this is the thing which I really liked about finance. Before moving on to further two remaining pillars of management, I will encourage you, all of you, to give me a feedback upon my content as well as my presentation skills, because I will really appreciate that. The effort that I am putting to create a content, I want to improve that. I want to improve my skills from bottom of my heart, and I realize that the way I am making the content, I am realizing the fact that when I see my own content, documented content, I tend to realize what progress I have made, and also what improvements I can do. I realize by looking at my videos even further. So it is, as it is helping you, it is helping me also. So I will really appreciate a constructive feedback from you, and also if there are few things that you do to improve your confidence, improve your presentation skills, and improve your communication skills, even going further that. So I will really appreciate that. So moving on to further two remaining pillars of management. The one pillar, that is human resources. The word human resources itself says that humans are resources. So the employees are resources. They are not someone that to be exploited, but they are the important resources of an organization. In the human resources, I came to know, I got so much knowledge about why humans behave the way they behave. So it is a behavioral pattern, the behavioral tendencies of humans. Different types of humans behave differently. So how they behave, the way they behave. And also there were so many theories about the human behavior, mostly based upon the psychology of people, and it just helped me so much to understand about myself also, because I'm also a human being, and to understand what can be a motivational factor for me, what can be the detrimental factor for me, for my own psychology. It was very interesting to realize those things. Also, the one thing is that the positive reinforcement and the negative reinforcement, and as we all know, the positive reinforcement works more at a greater extent than the negative reinforcement, because the negative reinforcement is based upon inducing the fear or the fear of the punishment in people's mind, and more rather frequently and more effectively what works is the positive reinforcement, because we are giving something to people to get something from them, and to get something is a more happy experience, and we will tend to have more happy experiences. So, and it will then shift to a long term experience rather than a short term, because fear can be induced for a short term, but rather than the positive experiences, positive motivational factors can be influenced on a person for a long term more effectively. So I came to learn that how positive reinforcement can work more efficiently, and also what I learned that which are exactly the positive reinforcement. So what do exactly the people want, what exactly why they want things at a different times in their life, and which things they do really want. So there are different theories like Maslow's law, so in which it says that different hierarchies are there and there are different laws, and I will like to tell you about those different laws in depth, how people behave in a particular manner. Then also I really liked that on the first almost day of my college we had to take the MBTI test. So if you do not know about the MBTI test, it is the test that tends to reveal our psychology. So there are four factors which really affect. So mainly people think that the only factor about the psychology is the introvert and extrovert. So that is not so, and there are total 4 factors, and in the combination of 4 factors there are total 16 types of people divided into. So we had to take that test, and we came to know about ourselves even at a greater extent. So I will link down the test in the details section, and also I will talk about this test in depth with you further. So this was human resources was something that that gave me very much insights about my own self, my own being, and my own psychology, and that was so much fun, so much interesting, and I had never imagined that it can be so much interesting. Once I started learning about it, I started feeling that, oh wow, this is so important thing, and I was been missing this particular thing from so much of time of my life. Then the fourth pillar is the operations. So my specialization was in operations because I like quantitative things more, because those things come more easily to me, the quantitatives and numbers, and the analyzation of numbers. So those things come very easily to me. So my specialization was in operations, and I will also like to tell you about this in depth also. So in operations, the focus is mainly upon few factors such as quality, quantity, speed, and the overall production of the thing. So what goes behind. So marketing is like a front end. So it just sale, and it is more customer oriented. It maintains the contact with customer, direct contact with customer. But at the same time, what goes inside the factory or inside the service station, that for goods or services, there are different kind of things, how processes are defined. So how to make those processes more efficiently, more effectively, the more quality can be delivered in that, and also how to reduce the wastage. So there are different type of wastage that goes into the production of a goods or service, and in the same way in real life of human beings also, how we behave in day-to-day life. If we journal each and everything, what I did, in how much time I did everything, so if it is maintained and journaled, and then it can be analyzed further. So if I maintain every day a track of my record, today I exercised for suppose 50 minutes. Yesterday I had exercised for 40 minutes. Tomorrow I exercised for suppose 20 minutes. Next day if I exercise for 80 minutes. So there can be a trend, different kind of trend, and we tend to analyze by documenting first what we are doing, how much we are doing in a quantitative manner, and we as a person are sometimes a product or service. We can be seen in that way, and not in an objective manner I'm saying, but as a subjective manner. But there are different things, we keep on doing the same mistake, we keep on wasting our time in different things, and if we maintain a track of those things, we can just see the trend and we can then try to reduce. So this habit building and everything, that I feel that these things are similar to the operations principle. So there are different things like Six Sigma, Lean Six Sigma, which tend to reduce the waste and improve the quality, improve the performance, improve the speed, improve the efficiency of anything. So I feel that these all concepts are, all of these concepts are for all of the pillars of the management, and these all of the pillars are so much important for a human life. And I felt that when I started learning about those things, I feel that this is my own opinion about my own experiences, that my life started getting better because those things were inside my mind and subconsciously I believed in those things. So whenever I feel low in life, or sometimes the graph of my life is little bit downward, I tend to just remember all of those things from my mind. I just try to get these things out, and these things help me in living a better life. Actually, there are so many knowledgeable things from the school time, from the science and everything. There are different concepts which are keeping on helping me to live a better life, and I want to share all of those concepts with you in detailed manner. So I feel that those all concepts will help you as well. What my purpose is, that to try to give you the knowledge that I have gained, and I have experienced the knowledge that, and it has helped me a lot in being the person who I am. And many of you may not know me few years before, and some of you know me few years before, even a year before maybe. And the way I am getting into more progress is, even I myself feel so much admirable. And I am going to be making even more content, in depth content, in future videos. Even more practical content I will be trying to make, to give you some practical points to apply into your real life. And I hope that this video has been not peaceful, but at least informative for you, knowledgeable for you. And I feel so much happy. I feel so much thankful. I feel this opportunity that is so big, that I can connect with you through online, and I feel so much thankful. Thank you so much to all of you, and thank you also to the whole universe for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye. See you again. Have a very happy day or happy night. Thank you so much.